Hi, everybody. If you're like most people in my generation, you have seen every episode of Seinfeld at least one time. I'm certainly no different, except I've probably seen every episode of Seinfeld more than two times. One of the episodes that I've been thinking about lately was the one in which Kramer, who lived in his building and lived in his apartment for years, decided that it was time for him to get to know his neighbors. And so what he decided to do was to have every person in the building take a photo, write their name on the photo, and put it in the wall in the lobby. This way, everybody would have a chance to become familiar with their neighbors, be able to say hello, call them by name. And this is what happened. In fact, Kramer became so friendly with his neighbors that many of them, when they greeted each other, they'd kiss on the cheek. And this was not something that Jerry was into. In fact, he shied away from it almost completely. And the fact that he did this made him made him be shunned by many of the neighbors who wanted to reach out and get to know everybody a little bit better. Well, I've been feeling like Kramer somewhat in this few weeks as I've begun to engage people in conversations, because one of the first people that I have engaged, or the first group of people who I've engaged, are the people who walk in the neighborhood. And this is where we live, is a popular spot for walking. People not only in our neighborhood, but people come from out of the neighborhood to walk and get their morning exercise and walk their dogs. So some of the people who I have sought out to meet have people who I've seen maybe for years walking and have never said hello to them. And a couple interesting things have happened. So one of the people who I met the other day was a woman who we've seen walking for years named Jean. Maybe once in a while she would look up as she walked and actually give a wave if you waved. But many times she's got her headphones in, listening to whatever, and not even looking up to acknowledge. Well, I wasn't going to spend a day looking for somebody to meet. I saw her name is Jean. I know that now. I saw her coming, asked if I might walk with her for a little bit. She said sure. And so we walked. I found out that she was a retired school nurse, taking care of parents who needed some extra care. But an interesting thing that I found out was that she'd actually found out a little bit about me from somebody else in the neighborhood who I knew. And so there was this cascading effect of people knowing each other, actually being comfortable. I think that's why she was a little bit comfortable with me going up to her and saying hello and asking to walk with her for a little bit, is because I had almost been vouched for by somebody else in the neighborhood. So we're not kissing on the cheek. I'm kind of with Jerry on that. We're going to draw the line. We'll say hello and maybe engage in conversation sometimes, but still, in my heart, I'm still an introvert, and so we're going to leave it at hello. But I guess based on what I've been doing lately, you can call me Cosmo. And how about you? Why don't you go out and meet somebody today and see who they're all about? Talk to you soon.